It's August 3rd. Welcome to Life Journal Jumpstart. I'm John Burgess, a pastor here at New Hope Oahu, and today we're going to get into one of those minor prophets, Nahum. You don't hear that many people talking about Nahum. We'll also be getting into John chapter 5. But just because it's a minor prophet doesn't mean it doesn't have major truths to teach us. Now, just a little background. Assyria was the most powerful nation on earth, proud in their self-sufficiency, military might. They plundered, they oppressed, they slaughtered their victims. Remember, last month we read through the book of Jonah. Jonah did not want to preach to the Assyrians because he knew a God of mercy would hear if they repented, which they did. Jonah preached in the streets of that great city of Nineveh, and the people heard God's message and had turned from their evil. But now, generations later, evil was again reigning. And the prophet Nahum pronounced judgment on the wicked nation. Nineveh describes this as a city of blood, of cruelty. The Assyrians are judged for their pride, idolatry, murder, lies, treachery, and social injustice. Nahum predicted that this proud and powerful nation would indeed come to an end, and this end came within 50 years of this prophetic utterance. It reminds us that God is not just going to overlook judging sin. Disobedience and rebellion is going to be judged by a righteous God who rules over all the earth. And as you and I read through Nahum, these 3 chapters, I want us to both sense God's wrath as he avenges sin and decide to live under his guidance and within his rules and his commands, and to thank God for his grace and mercy that does respond when we repent. As we move into the New Testament in John chapter 5, Jesus speaks and gives this answer, and it's one of my all-time favorite verses in verse 19. Very truly I tell you, the Son of Man can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees the Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. And here's what I want us to ask ourselves as we're reading through this. What is the Father already up to when we walk into the room? You see, we always, at least sometimes I forget, that as a leader, sometimes I think I have to make things happen, but the truth is God's already making something happen. And as Jesus would go from town to town, village to village, he would simply see what the Father was doing and join in on that. That what he did before may be completely different from what it is going to do next, but there was this intimate relationship and this adventurous understanding that in every room, in every situation, and every day, there's an opportunity to see what the Father's up to. So as you head into your day, be sensitive to how the Father might lead you to do something that you didn't even think of doing yesterday, and see how God would use you tomorrow. In fact, I'll see you tomorrow.